Hey everybody, so today we are installing two brake kits from Lead. We're going to install disc brakes on the front of the 72 Demon and on the front of the 67 Coronet RT. We'll go ahead and start with the Coronet. This car has a 440 big block in it and automatic. Now it already has disc brakes on the car and I don't really like the kit. It rubs, it makes a lot of noise, just doesn't stop that great, so that's the reason that we're changing this over. Now this kit comes with a master cylinder, comes with two brake calipers, all the brackets you need. Again, this car already had disc brakes on it that someone converted this car over with. However, again, we just don't like it. Also come to find out that this had an aftermarket spindle on it, so we had to replace that with a factory spindle because the brackets that come in the kit just did not work with the aftermarket spindle, as you can see here. So we located a factory drum brake spindle to put back on this car. With the B-body application, the brake calipers do face forwards towards the front of the car, bolts in, easy peasy, right through the original lower ball joint and a couple bolts on top. Next we install the spacer, make sure the chamfered edge goes towards the inside of the car. We already had the rotors packed and the grease inside and the seal installed. I like to lubricate the spindle a little bit. We assembled everything, put our cotter key in, we put our dust cap on, and move on to installing the caliper next. Now there's these two spacers that go between the knuckle and the caliper. They fit in here just like so. With the caliper mounted, you need to make sure that the bleeder screw is at the top, so that way everything can bleed properly. We installed our brake line next. Here's what everything looks like on the back side with everything mounted up. I also like to go ahead and spin the rotor just to make sure everything's not dragging. You also have to verify that the rotor is sitting centered inside of the caliper as well. With the front brakes finally installed, we're ready to move on to the master cylinder before bleeding the brakes. We removed the nuts holding it onto the brake booster and swapped it right out. There was no adjustment needed on this application, although I do have a checker to make sure the depth is correct. The tire and wheel combination we have here is a 14-inch and it does clear. A lot of the disc brake kits from Lead do fit the smaller application wheels. We scrapped out all these old junk parts and took the Coronet out on test drive. Up next is our 72 Dodge Demon project that we've been working on for a while. This also had a disc brake conversion kit already installed on the front of the car, which was the exact same kit that was on the Coronet, just with a few minor differences here. This kit comes in the same way with rotors, calipers, bearings, hardware, just to install it into the car. Before removing the old disc brake kit that's on the car, I just wanted to show you this. These brakes are held on with just a little clip here at the very top of the caliper. I don't like this. If it gets hot or has any failures, that'd be the problem. Again, we took the rotor and stuff off of this. You can see here's this aftermarket knuckle. With the old knuckle and brake assembly off of the car, we went ahead and got the correct lower ball joint and factory spindle for this car. Now on this car, you can also see the disc brake caliper is actually faced toward the rear of the car versus the B body where it faces the front. With everything installed, we went ahead and make sure that our bleeder screw is at the top again with this one, installed our brake line and everything next. After bleeding the brakes, we went ahead and fit these brand new 15-inch Krager wheels onto the car. And that's it. If you want to see more details on this 72 Demon, give my page a follow along.